Morning, everyone. Welcome home. I'm Jarrell. I wanted to share my Zither Corner. So, welcome to my studio here. I put these shelves up a couple months ago. These aren't all my Zithers. I ran out of wall space. I needed a bit of the wall space over there as well for my studios. So, trying to figure out. I've got another one of these shelves on standby. I'm trying to figure out what would be a great place to put it. So, generally, these are the ones that I keep up here because they just fit well together. But I kind of figured, over time I could just sort of swap out which zithers I have sitting up on the wall. But I thought it'd be fun to sort of share that with you here. So these are the ones that I think are also very just nice to look at visually. You've got this lovely harp-alike. You've got this sort of what they call a mandolin zither. It's got these paired strings here, which I think sound quite lovely. I think the chords on this guy are quite lovely, and because they're up against the wall, it really resonates. We have the piano Lin here, which I would like to share, but I'm haven't had time. I've picked up some lyre strings to replace the chords here because the chord strings are too high tension. I started tuning that up and the instrument started bending. So again, these are old instruments. That one is likely from the late 50s, early 60s because it's quite new compared to quite a few of the old ones that I've seen. Here's my Ale Zither, circa 1890s, really fantastic. I haven't tuned it up in a few months. I've just been so busy recording and playing other instruments, but I'll share a bit of the chords with you. It sounds, obviously will sound much better after I tune it up. That one's supposed to be minor. So yeah, that really sounds much better when it's tuned up. And I have here a symphony harp, which I haven't had time to finish. So generally, you find these, and my research indicates this particular one should be from circa 1880. And it sounds really fantastic, but it's much smaller. So it's a much smaller bodied instrument than the Ale Zither. Again, this was an era of exploration when it came to these things. So it actually has multiple layers. You have the chord strings, you have your melody strings down here. I haven't had time to replace these, but maybe today I will replace these bottom strings because you see here the bottom strings are able to play their own pitch, but then when you strum up top, you actually have a sort of a bridge there, and that actually helps create a separate note, so it makes the chord more rich up top. So it's not really in tune because I put new strings on it, and then I obtained this over in the United States. I brought it back to Australia. I haven't had time to retune it since I brought it over, so I don't want to give you a nightmare headache by strumming it now, but you know, I'll just see what it's like. So you kind of get an idea. I don't want to do too much of that because it's not going to sound right. I won't do it justice, but it's quite sweet. It has a very sweet timbre to it. It's just a nice, delicate voice. But when you're playing it, it's much softer, much quieter. So that's my Zither Corner, and over time I'd like to share my other zithers with you. But generally, these are the ones that I think are quite charismatic, and they're nice to have up on the wall there. So, okay. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you around.